Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about cardiorespiratory fitness. In this session, we'll define what cardiorespiratory endurance is, why it's important for health and learning, and how to monitor and how to apply teaching principles. We will also learn teaching strategies to make cardiorespiratory endurance, or CRE, engaging for students. Cardiorespiratory fitness goes by many different names, such as cardiovascular endurance, which focuses on the circulatory system. Cardiorespiratory endurance adds in the respiratory system with things like aerobic capacity, or otherwise known as VO2 max, and refers to oxygen delivery during exercise. All these terms really describe how efficiently the body works during sustained activity. The Institute of Medicine defines CRE as the ability to perform large muscle, whole body activities at moderate to high intensity for an extended period of time. VO2 max is what is measured for oxygen delivery. Both concepts highlight the efficiency of the heart, lungs, and muscles working together. There are three activity types. Physical activity, which is any energy-using movement, walking to the door, walking down the stairs, brushing your teeth. Aerobic activity, things that rely on oxygen, such as jogging, biking, walking. And anaerobic activities, which rely on stored energy for short, intense bursts of speed or power, such as sprints or jumps. Students need a balance of both for fitness and performance. Guidelines. Children should accumulate at least 60 minutes of activity daily. Usually this is done in shorter play bouts, maybe 5-10 minutes throughout the day. Adolescents need at least 20 minutes of continuous aerobic activity in their target heart rate zone 3 or more times weekly, in addition to daily activity. Teaching CRE means going beyond running laps. First, always consult with the nurse. Make sure there's no concerns for health. Focus on activities that are fun, skill-based, and inclusive. Encourage sports sampling so students can find enjoyable activities that promote fitness, confidence, and lifelong health habits. You want stuff that students are going to want to do outside of school. That's the ultimate goal for physical literacy. Cardiorespiratory training follows the principles of specificity. Aerobic activity improves CRE. Progression and overload increase frequency, intensity, or time. Regularity, consistency matters. Research shows that there is a significant regression after a few days of not training. And individuality. Programs must fit student. Focus on participation, enjoyment, and effort. This chart is just from the National Association of Sport and Physical Education. Talks about frequency in children, adolescents, and middle school and high school. Children, developmentally appropriate physical activities most days of the week, several bouts of physical activity, 15 minutes or more daily. Adolescents is greater than or equal to 11 years, 3 or more sessions a week, and the middle school or high school 5 to 6 days per week. Intensity, moderate to vigorous in adolescents, and 60 to 90% maximum heart rate, or 50 to 80 heart rate reserve. And time, accumulate 60 minutes for children 5 to 12 years old. Adolescents greater than or equal to 11 years, 30 to 60 minutes. 20 minutes or more in a single session, and then high school 20 to 60 minutes, and then type is varied from physical activity pyramid. Adolescents play games, sports, transportation, recreation, physical education, planned exercise, brisk walking, jogging, basketball, sports, and then high school activities that use large muscles rhythmically, brisk walking, etc. To monitor intensity, children can place their hand on their chest or just learn to check their pulse. With adolescents, you can use heart rate monitors, stuff like the talk test, or the rate of perceived exertion to see where they're at. But really the takeaway is you want students to learn to connect that increased heart rate is the increased oxygen demand in the body. The target heart rate zones help students train at the right level. The low end marks the start of the aerobic training, while the upper thresholds is closer to the anaerobic end. Exercising this range builds aerobic capacity without the threat of overtraining. The two main ways are the maximum heart rate method or the Cardiorespiratory heart rate reserve method. Training for cardiorespiratory endurance can use different methods. Continuous training, which is steady state cardiovascular training for several minutes, long distance running, would be that. Interval training, alternating high intensity, low intensity. These are your HIIT workouts. You're starting real high, getting up to that anaerobic threshold, then taking a break, letting your heart rate come down and putting it back up. And then circuit training, mixing cardio and other activities, going around, trying different things out. Each method does have their advantages, and they can be adapted to different age groups. When you're teaching, especially stations, circuit training is very helpful. Continuous training builds endurance through sustained activity like running or cycling. Younger children, around 6 to 12, are not ready for long bouts, but older students can use this methods. Fartlek training or speed play adds short bursts of activity for a variety of fun. As I said before, interval training alternates high-intensity work with recovery, such as a HIIT workout, Tabata, or anaerobic drills. These methods develop both aerobic and anaerobic capacity and are popular routines for efficiency and variety. Circuit training combines cardiorespiratory endurance with activities with strength, flexibility, skill stations. It reduces waiting time. I mentioned before that it's great for teaching because you can put students at the stations. It also eliminates competition. Students can rotate at their own pace, ensuring everyone stays active. A couple things to take into consideration. Children's physiology differs from adults. They do fatigue faster, have higher heart rates, sweat less, hyperventilate more. Their maximum heart rate is often between 195 and 200 beats per minute. Frequent rest and hydration are crucial to prevent overheating. Students may also start to panic if they get too hot, their heart rate gets too high. Technology like heart rate monitors, pedometers, and gamified apps make activities fun and track intensity. While accuracy varies on these tools, they are used sometimes to motivate students to participate. Assessing cardiorespiratory endurance includes field tests like the pacer, mile run, step test. However, cardiorespiratory tests may not reflect overall activity in younger children. Focus should be more on effort, improvement, and participation alongside test scores. In the curriculum, elementary children introduce CRE concepts with age-appropriate language, use stations, reinforce the FIT principle, and encourage everyday fun. Build habits, not just test results. For secondary, offer fitness classes integrated into sports, tactical games, and allow activity choices. Emphasize how cardiorespiratory endurance supports lifelong health and performance, not just short-term goals. CRE is vital for health, cognitive function, and emotional well-being. As educators, we must create safe, fun, and inclusive opportunities for students to develop these cardiorespiratory fitness habits to make them lifelong healthy habits.